Again, guys, just going to do a bit of like a video here on our 210 MDVR box. Kind of cover when you go to install it, what you actually need to do. Here's the box. First thing is to grab these keys, unlock the front. In the front here, you've got 2 SD cards and a SIM card spot. So you're most likely going to be like using SD cards, I would say. So slide one of those into there. It's a full-size SD. So to get it out, you just need to actually push on it, and it pops out. So majority of people will be like using, and we can supply these, just the full actual SD card adapter with a micro SD card in there. That slides into there, pushes in and clicks in. And then in the top, you can put a SIM card. So if you are using with a SIM card, put that in now. I'll put your SD card in like now, and that'll be all good. The reasons why you might not be like using this as a SIM card, for example, you might only want this to hook up over like Wi-Fi, so that when, I guess whatever equipment, truck, van, bus, car, actually this is in, it can hook to the actual Wi-Fi when it's like back at the depot, or you could have like Wi-Fi on board, so it's actually hooking into that. For example, some people have actual Wi-Fi on board, or you could be on a mine site and the whole place is a Wi-Fi actual network, and you're hooking up to that. So that's actually where these 210 like boxes are good. You don't have to use like a SIM card, you can hook to like a Wi-Fi network. And then if you are using a SIM card, that's just gonna go into there, and that will be handy, as if you don't have actual Wi-Fi, you'll be able to access this, obviously GPS and everything like remotely. Now, there's like a use case for like, actually some customers will like, just want like Wi-Fi because I just want to be recording some like data, and I only need to check it every now and again. So if I can just check it over the actual Wi-Fi when the truck is like back at the actual depot, that'll be good enough for me. And if that is the case, then what you actually basically do is you put the like shutdown like timer on this for let's say an extra like 2 hours. So when the truck turns off, that person in the office has like 2 hours to go and check out their footage or whatever and find what they need, or the worst case, they can just turn on the truck and check it out. Or you could even have these set to be on the whole time. They do draw a couple amps of power, so you will just need to be prepared and understand what the power draw will be. So that's it, the box is in, you put your SD card in, you put your SIM card in, happy days. Leave this actually open. Before you install the whole thing too, you kind of want to just run everything around the vehicle. You want to grab this plug here, plug this into here, and then you want to put the black to ground, so yellow to constant power, and red to ACC power, so when the truck or whatever's on, this has power. Now, you can tap into the fuses or grab power from wherever you want, but we'll actually leave it up to you. But these 3 have to be hooked up. So you actually want to get those hooked up and ready to go. Then once that is done, you're going to go and grab all your other bits and bobs, which is here. You've got a GPS. This needs a clear view of the sky with no other metal above it. Sorry, I just had this in before testing out, so it's a bit tangled up. So your GPS, you want a clear view of the sky, so normally through the actual windscreen. So you can pretty much put it underneath the dash like most of the time, because it's only going to be plastic above it, and plastic's not going to affect your GPS signal. That'll be all good. So GPS, 3M stick pad, doesn't matter how it goes, which way, stick it somewhere, clear view of the sky with only plastic or no actually steel above it, and you'll be good to go. Then that there screws onto here, the one that says GPS, which is the one in the middle. GPS is in the middle, so that'll screw onto there. So that's your GPS hooked up. Then your other Wi-Fi antenna, will include a couple in the kit, depending how you want to actually run them. But this here is just a big actual Wi-Fi antenna. This can sit really anywhere, depending how strong the Wi-Fi is around the place. Again, probably underneath the dash with only a plastic actually above it would be good. Or even if you need a better connection, you can stick it on the other windscreen or something, or on the dash. But the Wi-Fi is going to screw into the top. What if you're only like using a SIM card and you probably won't use Wi-Fi? Still screw it in and just put it next to the actual unit, because you might actually want to hook direct to the actual unit via this app to make certain changes. You can actually hook to the unit directly. And then you've got your 4G antenna. So again, 4G antenna, small little actually stubby one here. This can go pretty much actually anywhere, because you're still going to probably pick up pretty good actually 4G connection. It's a bit like if your phone's on the floor, it still gets connection. Free 4G connection, so that will go onto there and run that to wherever you think is good. But again, unless you put it inside a steel box and it's like a big extra magnet, you're probably going to be okay. So that's all your antennas hooked up. You've got your actual power hooked up. Then what we actually do is in each kit we include a small cheap little monitor. You can actually use this actually if you actually wanted to, but this just allows you to see some actual settings and stuff. You can do the settings actually from like an app or the desktop, but what we find is just in case you're having issues or troubleshooting, having the screen helps a lot. And even if you're going to use it at the start, that's fine. Actually, then you can get actually rid of it. If you are going to be using a screen anyway, for example, you want to have a screen for your reverse camera, which will be either on the mirror, probably like a clip-on mirror one, or on the dash. That's cool. You can actually get a better quality screen. We just include them because majority of people aren't going to have one of these, and you kind of need it for troubleshooting. So screen's going to go into actually that one there that says AV out. Then all these other ones say AV 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all our camera inputs. This black plug down here is like sensors. Don't worry about that. We're not going to cover that today. That'll be sort of like a complex install, and you're probably going to be doing some cool stuff, and we can help you out with that. So that is basically it. Then you want to grab your cameras and plug them into the AV 1 or 2, and then power up the unit and make sure your cameras are coming through onto the screen, and that is a good sign. If you get a SIM card in it, then you're probably going to log into the actual software and check it out. If you need to hook it up over Wi-Fi, we'll have actually a different video that shows you how to set the actual Wi-Fi. So this video is a basic being just to show the actual physical hardware actual process. And again, the cameras and stuff, plug them in and make sure it's all working before you go and actually run all the cables. The cameras are pretty straightforward. They're going to be these actual 4-pin cables, and you need to run them obviously to the rear of the truck or the windscreen or wherever or the sides, wherever your camera is going to be. I'd like to have everything kind of actually hooked up and just sitting there while we are doing the first actual setup. And it's important too, because if you do need to actually use a remote, you have to have actually access pretty close to this thing, and the door has to be open. So you have to have the door open and be accessing it from quite close. So you want to be able to have all the stuff before you go and actually install it all sexy in the good spots. Because if something doesn't work, you want to be able to quickly, troubleshoot it. Once it's all powered up and you see the cameras coming through on the screen, and you've actually accessed the actual unit from your actual software, and you can see you've got your videos coming through, and you've got your actual GPS. Then you can tidy everything up and install it how you want. We'll do another video on how you use the actual desktop version of the app. We'll do a video on how you actually use the an app for direct connection to this unit to actually change settings. And we'll do a video on how you actually change some hard settings with the remote and the screen. There's a bit going on here. That's why there'll be a few videos, but just here to help you out.